So basically, the players don't like the hard coaching from either one. Then Claude Julien won a Stanley Cup championship with this Bruins team. And then Bruce Cassidy got fired. Then the next year goes and wins a Stanley Cup championship with the Vegas Golden Knights. So basically, these players aren't really letting these coaches go through with what they need to do to get to the next level. I mean, a second round exit, a first round exit is all that they have mounted to after being one of the best teams in the regular season with Jim Montgomery. So, yeah.
Hello, babies.
Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Semi Sports Show. Welcome back. Glad to be back from the road. You know who's not coming back. Jim Montgomery fired this week by the Boston Bruins. The winningest coach in franchise history is kaput because the franchise that has been chasing its own tail for what seems like decades now. It seems like it's finally catching up to him. We mentioned a couple weeks ago that a shakeup is needed. And I don't think Jim Montgomery was the right guy to go. I don't think he was the right guy to go now. I don't think he was the right guy to go before. So we're going to talk about the right guy that should have went, that should continue to go. And I don't think it's going to be who you think, Raymond. I don't think it's going to be exactly who you think. So excited to talk a little Bruins. Bobby can take a break.
We're going to start the show late. If we could just put that in the email ahead of time, that'd be helpful.
Late?
I'm talking about Bruins, starting Bruins.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you could show up a little bit later than that. Why don't you do this then? Why don't you give us your opening take, seeing as you're here, if you could?
Oh, excellent. The Patriots Nation has been going after the wrong coordinator. We've all been coming after Alex Van Pelt. He's obviously a genius to be able to succeed in the dysfunction that is the Patriots. Covington. He's a moron. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's been floating off the tails of Belichick, and we know what those guys do. They're all asshats. This guy needs to go. He can be replaced, and then that would not affect Drake May's development, and we would possibly have a functioning defense.
Interesting. We're shifting gears on who's got to go. Everyone's got to go all the time around New England right now. Nobody's safe here at the Semi Sports Show. Ray, do your best. Took you off suspension. Please don't take Bobby's take. What's your opening take?
Thank you there, Richard. My opening take is this. When someone says that the show starts at 8 o'clock, I don't like when people show up at 7:55 or
been such a
7:59. And then we have meetings. And we have meetings on Mondays and you don't show because you're on the road. And then you have dentist appointments. You know, I just want people to take accountability for their actions and actually show up when they're supposed to.
You know what I'd like? I'd like a fucking email that actually is good, because what you put down here is a piece of shit. So good luck to the listeners. I'd shut it off now. This is Ray's email and it's full of fucking nonsense. Like the Celtics are missing Ime Udoka, like takes like that.
That's not in there. Nope, you didn't read it right. You didn't read it right.
Yeah, exactly. Here's my opening take. Ray's a fucking cunt. Shut up, Ray. You're an asshole. Everybody knows that. You're a real piece of work, and you're getting everybody worked up tonight. Been on the road for 44 fucking hours, and this is what I got to take. Shut the fuck up. You should be gone with Jim Montgomery and everybody else in that Bruins organization and in the Patriots organization. That's my opening take. Welcome to the show. Apparently, the Celtics are dumb front-running pussies. This is the same team they have been for 4 years running.
Well, my worst nightmare came true. Missoula and Mayo are friends. What the fuck? Apparently, they've known each other since Virginia. They have these docking sessions where they talk about ball and managing people.
I'm on vacation. I'm going to quay all these. I'm going to fucking watch them this week.
Do you say quay?
Is it not quay?
It's Q. It's Q. It's Q-U-E, you idiot! Do your best to stick around tonight too, Ray. I'd appreciate that. If you don't need no mental break, no health, you've used your one for the year a couple weeks ago. So do your best if you could.
Absolutely.
We'll be talking about certainly the Bruins and Jim Montgomery exiting as we start out the show. Was he the right guy? It's debatable. We've got Pat Scraps, How to Beat the Dolphins. That one should be a doozy. Ray's got some real great stuff for us on that one. We got Up and Down the Totem Pole with Chief Bobby, of course. We're going to talk a little Celtics. We've got an MVP race, which is always awesome to talk about. Really glad you put that one in there, Ray. And then we got a This or That with Chief Bobby and Simplest Minds of the Week. So I would like to start Bruins. They did kick out Jim Montgomery, who is the winningest coach in Bruins history. I'll give you short-lived in just a couple of years. Let me pull up the statistics here. The last two Bruins coaches, Jim Montgomery had the best record in the NHL. Bruce Cassidy before that had the best winning percentage in franchise history and was there for a much longer period of time, 245 wins over his tenure with Jim Montgomery, 120, 41, and 23. In hockey, not unusual. This is for Bobby. Not unusual when your team is struggling for the coach to be canned. Similar in a lot of professional sports, but hockey, they're like chiclets. They're just replaced constantly. But that's not your biggest problem here. Everybody knows that, and everybody wants to move towards Sweeney and Neely not doing the right things in the front office, not setting this team up for success. But I'll even push back on that. This team needs a major, major shakeup. I said a couple weeks ago, their philosophy of paying top-end goalies and relying on those goalies has not brought them a championship. Don Sweeney has been with the Bruins franchise for 25 years as a player or GM. He has zero championships under his name. So the philosophy is just proven not to work. They've been chasing their tail for years and years and years, getting rid of first-round picks, chasing that elusive franchise, consistently coming up short. Obviously, the closest they got, 7th game against St. Louis in 2019, in which they choked again, Tuukka choking again. Now it's time to make a big boy move. So if Sweeney wants to keep his job, he knows he's on the chopping block. He's the next sacrificial lamb in hockey. The GM's the next one to go. Bruins have stopped selling out their stadiums. Ticket prices are going down. That means front office goes. But I'm here to tell you that's not who they need. That's not who they need to ship. They need to get rid of. They need a philosophical dump of what was the Bergeron Bruins. So you've still got that Marchand stink in there. I'll give you David Pastrnak. I'll even go down the line to McAvoy. One of those three needs to go. I'll even maybe give you Lindholm, but that won't count. You can trade Lindholm, but that's not going to count for what I'm talking about. You need to change that identity of the franchise, and you need to do it with a big trade. David Pastrnak, Brad Marchand, or McAvoy, or a couple of them. I don't give a fuck as long as the return is decent enough. But one of those three guys has to go. I'd do that before I'd fire Don Sweeney, because Sweeney has got you to the playoffs. They're the most winningest franchise in the past 10 years, and it's not really even close. And they've got at least a couple appearances there in the Stanley Cup, and obviously haven't been able to bring one home since 2011. But from a competitive standpoint, Sweeney and Neely have done okay. I have problems with their philosophy, like I just mentioned. I'm now rambling, but the bigger point here is Montgomery wasn't the problem. Sweeney's not the problem. Get rid of one of these fucking guys and send a message to your organization, Raymond.
Well, the players have been getting the coaches fired. It goes all the way back to Claude Julien when he was making the rookies feel uncomfortable. Hence, that's why he got his canning, because, he treated the rookies different, and, they weren't getting equal playing time or ice time and shit like that.
I don't mean to stop you. I just want to make sure we're accurate. Claude Julien got fired because he missed the playoffs 2 years in a row. Bruce Cassidy got fired because he made the rookies feel uncomfortable.
No, I thought Bruce Cassidy was making the veterans feel uncomfortable because he was challenging the likes of David Pastrnak and Brad Marchand and shit like that because they weren't producing.
He yelled at Brandon Carlo before Brandon Carlo got on the bench, and that got him in his feelings. And then Patrice Bergeron took it upon himself to stand up for his younger teammates. But I'm not one to think that Patrice Bergeron has a problem with hard coaching. So it was the softer, younger players, of which Pastrnak is one, or was one under Cassidy, that had a problem with his hard coaching. But anyway,
but yeah, so basically the players don't like the hard coaching from either one. Then Claude Julien won a Stanley Cup championship with this Bruins team. And then Bruce Cassidy got fired. Then the next year goes and wins a Stanley Cup championship with the Vegas Golden Knights. So basically these players aren't really letting these coaches go through with what they need to do to get to the next level. I mean, a second round exit, a first round exit is all that they have mounted to after being one of the best teams in the regular season with Jim Montgomery. So yeah, the players, like you've been saying this for a while, Rich, and kudos to you. Like, they've been needing to shake up. They've been needing to get rid of someone like a Brad Marchand or a David Pastrnak and shit like that. And kudos to you, because you've been sticking by that hill for a while now. So yeah, I think it's time that one of those guys needs to go to really shake things up, because like you said, Don Sweeney ain't going anywhere.
It looks like Bobby might have something to say, but I think he's just doing it for the camera, because I know he doesn't have anything.
I have nothing to say other than do not suck up to Richard like that, Raymond.
He feels bad for yelling at me at his opening take. Here's the quote from David Pastrnak. "We weren't getting it done, and because we weren't getting it done, we lost a great coach and a great human being," says David Pastrnak, who is the 5th highest winger in the NHL and currently ranks somewhere in the 40s in goals scored.
So that's what that Pastrnak guy looks like? He looks like a dweeb.
Welcome to the Simline Sports Show, Bobby. Yeah. So there's also the big report this week outside of that firing, obviously, it was from Fluto Shizawa, that there is some type of unrest in that locker room revolving around Jeremy Swayman and or his contract somewhere. We don't know the details of that, but it's evident, when you watch the team, a team is as talented as they are, they've been able to make it to the playoffs. They've won President trophies with less talent than they have this year. I certainly have a problem with some of their roster building, but they should be much better than they are. And any team in any professional sport, when they're underachieving like that, it's not talent related. We're long enough in the season that you can't blame it on injury or training camp. Like Don Sweeney wants to tell us that the training camp was flat. Therefore, it was a part of the reason why Jim Montgomery got fired. He also tried to blame it on their contract negotiations not going the right way. Bullshit. You fire a guy before the season if that's the case. He scapegoated him. Just tell us what it is, Cassidy. So they got issues. And they're going by the book here. They're going by the hockey playbook. The first guy to go when you got issues on a team that's underachieving is your coach. The next guy to go generally is the GM, kind of usually towards the end of the season. If you don't want a wasted season, get on the horn right now. Get on the horn right now, Sweeney, and trade David Pastrnak for a haul. Do it. Shake it up. Or push Marchand to a contender that, at the deadline and get a first round pick and a couple prospects. Get that deal. Something. Shake it up on the ice. That's what
they're saying. Something about Matthew Tkachuk from Ottawa being a player they should go target and hopefully make him go through the core and don't sell too many options. Just try to keep the core here and add Matthew Tkachuk. But he's a winger, so I don't really know how that would help you out any much. But you need a center.
Core.
Yeah.
Fuck your core.
That's what I was here. That's a report I heard earlier today. That's why.
Your core hasn't won you shit. Your core has been overrated for 20 goddamn years. You want Tkachuk? Have McAvoy. Straight up. Go. Do it. Change up the DNA in that room. You want have Pastrnak. Straight up. Give me Tkachuk all day, every day. Give me that guy over David Pastrnak. We all know what I think about David Pastrnak, and people hate me for it. Suck it. He sucks. I was right. They got a bigger problem than the coach. Curry, what's the score? I don't know. What's the score of what?
The Bruins game.
I don't know. What is the score?
0-0.
Is that a...
I don't get it. Yeah, that's why I thought it was like a 4-0 Bruins. I was like, oh shit, it's big time score. Throw that out there. Yeah,
you coming here for sports scores, though. Thank you. We'd be happy to keep you informed.
Yeah, So there's your Bruin minute. Bobby, final thoughts on the Bruins?
I am obviously pro Bruins turning it around so that Raymond has to get an asshole tattoo.
Bingo. That's what we're looking for. Butthole tattoo is in play forever, as long as Jeremy Swayman is behind in net. You notice, Bobby, I did not say trade Swayman.
No, because you want that butthole tattoo, baby.
No.
I know you want.
Give me Matthew Tkachuk and a bunch of studs, and let's see that asshole get tattooed up with businessman Swayman giving up 7 goals a game. It can happen. It can happen. We'll see. Okay, headlines with the obvious one.
Oh, you would. Thank you there, Richard. Let me get you guys out of there. After an 8-9-3 record, the Boston Bruins let go Jim Montgomery to hopefully right the ship. Even though his star players have yet to perform up to expectations, Joe Sacco takes over tonight when the Bruins host the Utah Hockey Club, and score update, it's 0-0. Celtics are now 1-1 in the NBA Cup after defeating previously unbeaten the Cleveland Cavaliers. They now hold the tiebreaker and play their third Cup game this Friday night in Washington and take on the Wizards. The Patriots are 3-8 after losing at home to the Los Angeles Rams as Drake May attempted a 90-yard drive down the field to win it. Instead, he threw the game-ending interception. Next up, against the Dolphins Sunday at 1 o'clock. And finally, David Ortiz has said Juan Soto will be a Red Sox. This has been Headlines with the obvious one. Back to you, Richard.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. God have mercy on your soul.
Little Patriots talk. Welcome to the show, Bobby. Let's do a little Pat Scraps here. Your opening take, Covington to be fired. I'll give you another guy. Let's just kick this off. This was yesterday or today, whatever the press conference was with Alex Van Pelt. Go ahead and run it.
Because he called and asked. That's seriously, he did. I got a text from Marcus Jones, and I'm going back in my mind like, Marcus would just come and talk to me in the building, I would think. So I was Googling Marcus Jones's, and there was a guy that came through Green Bay for a cup of coffee. I'm like, why would he be texting me? And then one of our coaches came and said, Marcus is trying to get a hold of you. So watched 19 plays of his that he's done here as an offensive player. He obviously brings a lot of juice, tremendous ball carrier, speed, his ability to see the field. So, try to find some plays just to get our guys in the best position to make plays, and felt like he would give us a little spark there. We'll see how it goes moving forward.
Your thoughts?
This is great. I mean, where did they find this guy? Where did they find this goofball? Literally, I was just Googling Marcus Jones. Why would this guy be texting me? Like, he doesn't even know what's going on. He doesn't know what his players do. His sole focus is clearly Drake May, who he pours everything into. And that's what he knows is going to butter his bread.
Which, to his credit, has been working a little bit, I guess. But, on the small bandwagon of not Drake May apologist or Drake May fanboy club, which is what I think I know I'm on, and I think you guys are on there with me. They're still the 31st worst offense in the league with Drake May. They're still losing ball games with Drake May. So, yes, he looks promising. I don't know how much of that credit goes to Alex Van Pelt when you continue to lose games with scoring 19 and 21 points. That being said, yeah, Marcus Jones, he played offense for this team in an era of
touchdowns too. Would you like to see a clip real quick?
Sure, thank you.
2 fumbles tonight, 1 for each guy. And that's caught here. And Marcus Jones inside the 20. Marcus Jones down the sideline. Touchdown.
Marcus Jones even got Al Michaels to raise his voice. So if you can't identify that, Alex Van Pelt, under your own nose, you dope. What an absolute insight into the way that organization is being run right now. They are all siloed in their own little rooms, not communicating. And obviously it looks like it makes Alex Van Pelt look just clueless and like an absolute dopey ding dong.
Can we call him a walking nutsack yet or no?
That title's been taken, and I think it's going to be a lot to match Matt Patricia and Joe Judge in that one. But my first brain went to what is Gerard Mayo doing? What is Gerard Mayo doing for this team? We chronicled on Monday's show, the recap show against the Rams, that when you're getting burnt with your original blitz package and zone against Puka and Cooper Kupp, you make no adjustments. In fact, you come out in the second half and your second play is an all-out blitz. You get burnt on for a 69-yard touchdown.
Nice.
Thank you. So Gerard Mayo's not making adjustments in-game defensively. And apparently he forgot, too, that Marcus Jones was a weapon on offense when they were averaging 11 points a game in the first couple weeks with not a single guy on the team seemingly who could catch a pass. Gerard Mayo forgot to mention that to Alex Van Pelt, who forgot to ask or didn't look at any tape from this team the year before. Like, good God.
Do you go back and do that much work for your job? Get out of here.
I do more work than that for this job and this email, certainly more than Ray has done. I think this is even usable than Alex Van Pelt has done apparently for this offense. It's astonishing that they've won 3 games. Honestly, it's astonishing. I'm back on the fire AVP train because in a vacuum, this isn't that big a deal. I guess he's a little gadget player, but just the incompetence of not knowing that guy's on your team is honestly fireable. Johnny Kraft should have walked in and just shot him in the face, figuratively, with a pink slip right then and there. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Well, you got to fill his shoes, though. You have no one to fill his shoes. Who's going to fill his shoes the rest of the season?
Anybody can do it.
Exactly.
I think your Mayo point is really legitimate. Like, even if Alex Van Pelt doesn't know, because just for whatever reason, that the head coach should be informing him of all of his options that are available to him.
The head coach didn't even interview for the head coaching job. He was handed the keys to the city. He has 0 experience at head coaching. He's a player that was on this team. He wasn't even a defensive coordinator. He didn't have that title. This guy is a boob. Like, that's who everyone should be getting mad at, is Gerard Mayo. The guy has 0 experience. He was handed the keys. I don't know what he does. Like, just because he went and worked for Kraft, like, is that why he got this job? He went and, like, what did he do over there? Was he like the mail guy, just handing out mail letters to fucking all the high wigs over there at the corporation? Like, he has 0 experience in this whole thing and it's bullshit. Like, I want, if we're talking about fire people, get rid of fucking Mayo. This guy's a fucking boob.
We've suggested firing all 3 of the big positions, so let's do this real quick.
No.
Covington, Mayo, go.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say Missoula. Sorry. That's
No. Stop it.
Bobby, are you wearing surgical gloves? Can you put your hand up again?
No, it's just really white.
Okay. It's just a light. It looked like you were wearing like
no
rubber surgical gloves, which would be sick. Like, that would be a real cool, like, just little niche. Every show you just show up like snapping gloves. Snap. Let's do this, boys. It's fucking rectally examining DeMarcus Covingtons of the world every Thursday night virtually. Yeah, it's the arrow again pointing down. Superfan Patrick, Gerard Mayo being an idiot doesn't mean it's his fault. We was given the job by the real enemies. LOL. It's
I don't know
always
what that
good.
means.
It's always good when
means.
super commenters are calling other people idiots and grammar gurus come into play. I don't know what I don't know what we means either. Look, here's the scary thing. The way they're coaching is they know they have another year. They are coaching with nobody comes out as much as Gerard Mayo has come out and said, I'm a new coach. I'm first year on the job. I just train somebody. I'm like, look, your first 3 days, when you screw up calling, tell them you're new. It's your first 2 days. Use that as your excuse. You don't get to do that as an NFL coach. How many NFL coaches have you ever heard come out and go, look, I've never done this before. I'm just kind of figuring it out. Of course we're going to suck for a little bit. Like, come on, stay with me. It's like, what? You don't get mad at Mayo. Get mad at the Crafts. I think that's what Superfan Patrick was probably saying, but he's probably wasted. He's been drinking for 12 hours.
This new hire, was it Nardone?
No, you've asked me that already.
I just want a record.
I didn't even interview that person yet.
Do you need us to go? I think Grant's available to fly out to wherever you need him to fly out to.
You are definitely going to need surgical gloves if that is the case. That never comes to fruition. All right. So there you go. Any other Pat Scraps? Ray would like to talk about how you beat the Dolphins, which we're totally equipped to handle that playbook when you're talking about this coaching staff. So we could take a crack at it.
So what I was trying to say is that they shouldn't play zone defense against the Dolphins. They should try to have Christian Gonzalez go up against either Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle because they didn't do that against Cooper Kupp or Puka Nacua. So why don't you try that out for size? That's what I was talking about.
Newsflash, they're going to do the same thing they do every week. They don't have defensive game plans. They run the same shit defense every single week, and it only works when they play teams that are worse than them, which are the Jets, the Titans, or the Bears.
See, I disagree. You know what I think you're going to see? You're going to see man-to-man coverage, and you're going to see a four-man rush. They are a reactive team. They react. That's it. They don't think ahead. They don't game plan. They just react like, oh, shit. We had 9 sacks against the Bears. By the way, their previous 3 games, I think it was 1-0-1. And then last game against Stafford, they blitzed the most out of any team last week.
They
blitzed
same thing over again.
The 3rd most blitzes in the league this year at 63%. You know how many times they sacked Matthew Stafford? 0. The amount of Stanley Cups Don Sweeney has, fucking 0. So I fully expect them to overreact again and not send any pressure, which might work because Christian Gonzalez's track record against Tyreek Hill is pretty good, and he's playing with an injury. Jonathan Jones up against Waddle. Like their cornerbacks have matched up historically decently against Miami, but Tua, as you pointed out here, Ray, is undefeated against the Patriots, which I fully expect to continue on Sunday.
I know you didn't watch the game on Sunday against the Rams, but
I rewatched the game. I watched the game.
I found it comical every time Sanchez, like they would run the ball, LA would run the ball, and then they would just reverse it to the other side, kind of like a Madden thing. Let's just do the same play, but let's reverse it to the other side, and it would still get positive yards. Like when you're going back into that defensive meeting, wouldn't you just be like going up and down on Covington, being like, "What the fuck, man? How can you figure this out?" That all they're doing is reversing the personnel and just going to the opposite side. Like they did it time and time again because Sanchez kept coming out and saying it.
I treat him like Irene on a Tuesday, up and down that ass.
I was gonna say, I thought you flipped, flip, flat,
yep.
flip, flat.
Boom, boom, back front.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The team still continues to show up and play decently. The effort is there. I think, we pointed out that change when Mayo called him soft, but I also think Drake May has has a lot to do with that. They believe in him, the leader, and as a player, as a quarterback. So they got that going for him. But yeah, when your defensive coaches clearly are overmatched as players, and there's a lot of veterans in that room on the defensive side of the ball, you got to be asking the questions. Okay, you have any other thoughts on the Patriots Dolphins as we move into the week 13? So week 13?
No, 12.
12, yeah.
12.
I think they're I think you're looking at 3-9 here.
Yeah, I'd say so.
It's not even competitive, I don't think, either. I think it's going to be a blowout. Dolphins are in a roll.
Potential Cole Strange sighting coming back from injury.
Back in practice.
That's exciting to look forward to, and maybe Marcus Jones gets another touch or two on the offensive side of the ball.
We're probably going to see a full Marcus Jones package.
I'll show you a full Marcus Jones package. There you go. There's your Pat Scraps for the week. Quick break. We'll be right back.
Thank you. It's just poop. It's peanut butter. It's peanut butter. It's peanut butter. No, it isn't. It's peanut butter. It's just peanut butter.
Okay. This next segment is called Up and Down the Totem Pole with Chief Bobby. Bobby, take it away.
Let's start with the Steelers. They beat the Ravens in a big AFC North matchup and have been 4-0 since inserting Russell Wilson. Have they moved in touch with the Bills and Chiefs?
Yes. Surprisingly, yes. I think so. Steelers are for real. You know, you play your division rival in the Ravens and you beat them on the last play of the game kind of thing. Shut them down. So, yeah, 8-2. Who would have thought that would happen?
Yeah. I don't know why people continue to shit on Russell Wilson. He's put up statistics, even with the Broncos, when people are hating on him. He continues to be fine, and he's in a perfect situation with a good defense, a running game, and a franchising coach that is as stable and solid as it comes. So are they Super Bowl favorites? No, but could they give the Bills a run for their money? Certainly, because the Bills are always up for a choke. And if the Chiefs continue to deal with injuries and Patrick Mahomes interceptions, yeah, you give them a shot.
Steelers have still been chasing that QB since Roethlisberger left.
Mm-hmm.
All right, down. Patriots second-round receivers. Jalen Polk found another way on his one snap to personally grenade toss the game, and Tyquan Thornton was done a favor by the Patriots, cut as he is now what all cut Patriots players do. They go to the Chiefs.
Yeah, I don't know. What does that say? More about the Chiefs or the Patriots? Tyquan Thornton will probably go be effective with Patrick Mahomes.
Probably win get the game-winning touchdown in the Super Bowl, probably.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. That Chiefs team, I think they're just like scrambling right now. I think they need some offensive help, and Mahomes isn't having the best offensive year ever. So
is that why they got Zappy? That's why Zap Daddy's in the building over there? Get him all the secrets.
Yeah.
They're probably all in one room together. Them, Uche, Zappy, Thornton.
There's no doubt we can do this off the top of the head if we want to, but there's no question the Patriots' track record of second-round wide receivers is the worst in NFL history.
Yeah. The Patriots should legitimately trade every second-round pick for a current NFL player because they fuck up every single one.
A cornerback or wide receiver. Like, that's the value chart for them in the second round.
Yeah, exactly. Trade it for a player. Trade it.
Yeah. Yeah, switch it up. Do a Bruins move, my Bruins move. Switch things up. Switch up the DNA in the war room. You're not taking wide receiver or cornerback in the second round.
Never again. Another up. Bo Nix, 28 for 33, 307 yards, and 4 touchdowns in a blowout win over the Falcons. Broncos look like a playoff team with this guy, and it looks like it's between him and Daniels for Rookie of the Year right now.
Why are you sucking up the rich, may I ask?
I'm not. We got to call. I said he was a bum. He's playing pretty well. He has the feeling of like one of those guys that'll get figured out by the league, though, considering he's also like 29.
You know who else he has? He has Sean Payton as his head coach, so that therefore helps him out. I mean, you have a reliable coach, a Super Bowl winning coach that is taking the rookie quarterback by storm.
Probably helps a little bit.
That helps a little bit, yeah.
Bonos, accurate, athletic, 29 years old. Bonos should have traded back. Got your left tackle. Oh, Alex Van Pelt probably would have destroyed him. Would have forgot that he played quarterback or something. Put him in a wide receiver.
Yep.
Down Netflix. They promote the shit out of that stupid fight, and then their servers can't even handle the traffic. And just as a side, anyone that falls for these stupid fake fights is dumb. These things are for dumb people. Here's a quick test to show you this. Richard, did you watch that fight?
I did.
You are a dumb person. Raymond, you are obviously a dumb person. I'm the only smart one on the panel.
I only watched it because I found out that night it was on Netflix. And I was like, oh.
I found out it was free. It's free for me. I watch it.
I'll put this on. And then I was doing something really late. I was editing probably something for this fucking show. And it was taking forever. And so I watched it. And it did make me dumber.
But that girl fight, though, that was phenomenal. That was a good fight.
It was the one fight I actually missed.
Really?
I watched the middleweight before, which was a good fight too.
Oh, yeah, Yeah. Yes, that was a good fight.
I don't know shit about boxing. It's the first fight I've watched probably since college. Like I don't know. I don't watch boxing. I don't even watch MMA really.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Down. Kirk Cousins, complete trash. Falcons dropped 2 in a row. They're done. And they should just put in Penix, see what this guy's got. He made Jalen Polk look good.
Penix was my guy too. I bet you Penix comes in and does well for that team. I would not count Kirk Cousins out though. This is very classic Kirk Cousins. He's a kind of a volatile guy. Goes up against competition that's better than him. He gets pushed. Was it last week or the week before? They had a classic Kirk Cousins was like 4th and long, and he dumped it down like inbounds, and they just lost. It didn't take. And then it was last year in the playoffs too, right? Or the year before with Minnesota, 4th and 13, he threw it like 6 yards short.
Yeah,
and they lost.
it was his last throw for Minnesota.
Isn't Penix and Cousins the same age too?
Probably pretty close.
Yeah, they're close.
Probably pretty close. I would not count Kirk Cousins out this year. I bet he has a little bit of a bounce back.
Final up, Brock Bowers. 13 catches, 126 yards, and a touchdown in the loss versus the Dolphins. On the season, 70 catches, 706 yards, and 3 TDs on the year. Raiders blow, but he's probably going to take over as the best tight end in the league.
Yeah, because Mark Andrews has gone down recently. Kelsey hasn't done shit. He's been having a little bit of a lull. Kittle always getting hurt. So, yeah, I think that he's the next up guy to be the best tight end in the league. Yeah, you're right, Bobby.
Please stop fucking with your mic. Please.
Who are you talking to?
It's got to be you. My mic's on camera.
He's got surgical gloves on.
Oh, true. Sorry.
No sound gets through that. Brock Bowers is very good.
Yeah.
Quick break. We'll be right back with a little Celtics talk.
Hard as she could, and she went all in.
I just shit myself. So can you not get my ass? Yeah. Thank you. Sorry.
Did you just have fun today taking internet clips and making yourself laugh as the segment breaks?
Grant sent that to me and said, this reminds me of Rich. So, yes.
I've seen that a couple times. Marathon runners, they're a
different breed.
So we got some Celtics talk. Ray, you want to talk about Celtics? Jayson Tatum's MVP, front runner for MVP, although I don't think he is. The odds
he is actually. The odds are he's the favorite right now at 33%. But anyways, go on.
Cool. Go ahead.
Damn, why? Why do you gotta do this? You were trying to shit on me. I throw it back at you, saying yes, he is.
You want to talk about Jayson Tatum being an MVP frontrunner? Go for it.
Tatum, I apologize because we should mention your name more often when it comes down to the 3 letters of MVP. Okay, we talk about everybody else, but we don't talk about this man who constantly, night in and night out, is flirting with 30-point triple doubles. Okay, and I think we take away from him for the simple fact of the talent that's around him. But the way that he's been taking over games, we know that he's a walking bucket. We know that he improved his 3-point shooting, his form or whatever, which helped his 3-point shooting. But on top of that, it's the rebounding for me.
Yeah.
Right? It's the double-figure rebounds that he's getting a game, but he's not averaging. But every night he's going out there and
Tatum has always been.
Like you said, Rich, all along, once you turn 28, you actually start to come to that elite level. And Jayson Tatum will be turning 28 this season, and he's taking over. I mean, you have Jaylen Brown that's been injured most of the season so far, and, he's picked up the slack. He has been getting triple teamed, double teamed all the time, and he's still coming up with 30-plus points and almost a triple-double on a night in and night out routine. So, yeah, I think Jayson Tatum should be starting to get more respect, and he is the front runner for MVP right now because Jokic has been out for 2 weeks now. So, yeah.
Is he back in Serbia? Where's he been?
He got injured.
That's too bad.
Stroking horses.
Yes. Yeah. He just wants to go back to his homeland.
Funny enough, that's what we call Wednesday nights at Irene's, stroking horses. Do you have any opinion on Jayson Tatum and his MVP odds, Bobby?
I don't know. I think he has just as everybody shot to win the MVP as he's going to be the best player on the best team, and that should be the MVP.
The NBA is stupid. The MVP is a political award that, look, Joel Embiid won it because they didn't want to give it to Jokic 3 years in a row. Jokic has been the best player in the league in that time. The year he didn't win it is the year they won the championship, right? Isn't Steph Curry the last MVP to win, like 2014?
Yeah, something stupid like that.
So, the odds don't bode well for you there if you're Tatum. I like that it doesn't look like Tatum is totally changing his game to go after the MVP. He has outright said that it's a goal of his and he'd like to accomplish it, but he's not going to sacrifice the team's success. Up until this point, it seems like that's the case. Anybody that would listen, we told them that, sure, Jaylen Brown had very impactful plays in the playoffs. Jaylen Brown was excellent in the finals and could be argued to win those awards that he got, the MVP of both those series, Eastern Conference Finals and the finals. But without Jayson Tatum, none of it's possible. Everything runs through Tatum on offense. The double teams, the triple teams, the actions, the picks, the up, on top, everything runs through Jayson Tatum. He is a top 5 player in this league. He does not get credit for, Perk mentioned it, for all the other things that he does. Everybody wants to look at scoring. That's why Luka Doncic is so fucking overrated as a player. So overrated and will never win shit. Jayson Tatum is as complete of a player as you will find in the NBA. He's probably the best two-way player in the NBA, or all-around player in the NBA when it comes to passing, rebounding, defense, obviously his offensive game. And not a lot of people talk about him like that. And what I like from Tatum is it seems like he's come to a level of acceptance that maybe he's not going to be the face of the league and he's just going to have to be Jayson Tatum and be good enough. And that'll be fine as long as they keep winning championships. So I do like that from him.
The scary part is that Porzingis isn't even back yet. And with all that Tatum has been doing this early on in the season, when you get Porzingis back, that's just going to give Tatum more open looks. I mean, now you have another guy that you have to worry on the court, when before it's just been, Peyton Pritchard, Drew Holiday, Al Horford. Now you got a big guy that can score from the outside and inside, and Tatum's going to get more looks, and that's going to be a beautiful thing.
How good this team is without Porzingis is already ridiculous. I don't know how any other team in the NBA can come close to fucking around with the Celtics if Porzingis is healthy and everybody else is healthy. Right now they are a well-oiled machine, and this season should be a cruise. It's an absolute cakewalk.
Do you know what can bring him down?
Joe Mazzulla.
That's right.
Goddamn right.
The only thing that can bring them down is their style of play, because they still fall into a lackadaisical, not effortless style of basketball, especially when the threes start to fall. We saw that in the Cavs game. When they locked down on defense and they made some buckets, they pushed that lead out to 20, and then they just as easily give it up because they continue to shoot. And the law of averages works both ways, right? The nerds don't talk about that. It's like you shoot enough and you're going to make enough. But if you start out 20 for 20 and you continue to shoot 63 throughout the game, those odds catch up to you. And the other team does as well, which is what you see. We didn't see it a whole lot last year from this team. They pretty much dominated from the start of the season to the championship. We're seeing it more this year, which is natural coming off a championship. Generally, you see it more, that hangover more with a championship team. The Celtics have avoided that a little bit to this point, but that will be their only crutch, that or injury, obviously. And it's probably not going to be a big enough crutch because they're too good. But, a team like the Cavs, Celtics won by 3, but it was really more of a 10-point game, like all game. If you really watched it, Cavs they never really had a chance. And Darius Garland, don't talk to me about Darius Garland. When the lights shine brightest, that guy goes away. Give me Donovan Mitchell any day of the week, but if Darius Garland is your number 2 guy on a team, you're not winning it. Sorry.
I tried to find the stat too. Something about like 3-point percentage and efficiency. The Celtics are ranked first, and then when it comes to 2-point efficiency and percentage, they're like 28th in the league. So yeah, once the 3 stop working, and they have to rely on the 2-point game, it doesn't work out for them.
Cavs should try and make a move, see if they could do something to make a run, but I don't know if this is the year. Do you make a move now and trying to challenge the Celtics this year, or wait till see if the roster breaks down and go for it next year?
I mean, I would have to see like what's the guy I'd move is Garland, and what's his contract like, and what could you get? Could you get it's hard to get superstars in this league, and that's what he needs. He needs a superstar on the wing. Donovan Mitchell I'm talking about. To be competitive in the NBA, you need unless you're Steph Curry, you need someone dominant on the wing to really be competitive. So
speaking of Steph Curry and the wing players, is it fascinating that the Golden State Warriors are first in the West right now?
I think it speaks to Steph Curry and his dominance as
more longevity than I thought he would have had.
Is it Steph Curry though? Or is it Steve Kerr that has now been playing like a 12-man rotation pretty much?
How dare you?
I'm just saying it's working for him. It actually is working for him with their long ass rotation that they have with that bench.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good coach in the NBA. I will always lean towards the player. I think Steph Curry has cemented himself in, whatever silly NBA greatest of all time conversations you want to have where you want to put him. He's creeping up into that top 10, top 5 list. He's revolutionized NBA basketball more than a guy like LeBron has.
For the worst.
In the LeBron era, Steph Curry has more rings than LeBron does. So you have to give him credit where credit's due.
LeBron shaped the game from kind of an off-court standpoint, right, and kind of player movement and that type of thing. But from
things with
style,
China.
Now that we're talking about it, I don't like what either of them have done to the NBA. So fuck both of them. One ruined it off the court, and one ruined it on the court. So fuck you, McPhee, for bringing it up. We were having a decent basketball conversation, and then you ruined it.
Yeah, you should diminish your hate for Joe Mazzulla a little bit and shift it over to Steph. He is the reason.
Now that you just made that point, it really pissed me off, honestly. Okay, because they fucked up the whole.
It is shitty to watch.
Just fine before they got here.
It is boring as fuck to watch.
Yes,
when they
at
move
least
it around.
The Cavs played basketball. They couldn't beat the Celtics, but they actually played fucking basketball.
Yeah, I mean the ball movement's nice, and when you're excellent as you are as the Celtics, and the shots go down, you're like, wow. I mean. You are wowed a lot when the shots are going and where they're shooting from. But when you're like, what team was it a couple nights ago? Shot for 3 for 51 or something from 3, trying to play the modern day NBA basketball. It's like, you can't do that. You suck. Don't stop shooting. It was like the Celtics with Marcus Smart. Just kept fucking shooting threes.
Just give it to Marcus Smart. Yeah,
stop it. So anyway, Jayson Tatum's your front runner for the MVP, and that should be fun to watch. Pay attention to. Quick break right after this. We got a this or that with Chief Bobby. Big night for Chief Bobby. When his producer Ray is on charge, he just makes you do everything.
No, he just threw it out there. He threw everything in an email.
Back.
This was by request. This was by request for Richard. This was a specific ask.
I don't remember. I had a very topsy-turvy week. I've been my brain's been scrambled eggs.
What have you been doing all week?
Your mother's ass.
No, pooping across America. Jesus Christ.
I have been pooping across America. Although I let you down on that. I pooped
did.
in Kansas and in Missouri and or Colorado and Kansas, and I thought I was going to be able to land at least 5 states. I drove for 21 hours straight, and I thought I was going to be able to land a poop in each of the states I was cruising through, but I locked up. When the sun went down. Did you see the picture Ray sent us with tissues in his nose, like he had a bloody nose? But no, it's just he has a cold.
Yeah,
cold.
Have you ever seen anything or done anything like that?
No. I'm not an elderly woman.
It's a simple mind behavior right there.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess practical if you don't just want to blow your nose like an adult or
I'll show you.
I mean, technically, you should be getting that out, not jamming it and clogging up your brain further.
There it is. He looks like he just got Botox or whatever on his nose or whatever.
Sorry, I have a very bad sinus infection right now.
Oh God. All right, Bobby, please take it away.
Sorry.
Inspired by your travels, drive for 4 hours straight, or fly for 24 hours straight.
Fly.
Drive.
Have you done the 24-hour flight?
No, but I don't want to drive.
But 16.
Yeah, I guess mine was 17, but then immediately made it 24 on a layover.
Mm.
No, drive. God,
drive.
I just did. You stop every 3 hours, take a piss, get a bottle of water, a snack, and keep going. No, God, flying. Ugh, trapped in that can. No way.
No control. Too many people in there. At least driving, it's just you and yours.
I mean, I could lock in. I could 10, couple movies, 4 movies.
An 8-hour flight is nothing. You could just whatever. You could, but once you get past that, you can't even sit anymore. You're just
once you get past the sleep cycle, it's you just get uncomfortable. Yeah, no, screw that. Put me in a car. I'll drive. I also will drive over flying 6 hour. I'll drive that. 4, 6. I'll drive that. 10, iffy. I'd rather drive.
Agreed. Hot Italian sausage or sweet Italian sausage?
Hot Italian sausage any day of the week. You can put that on your pasta. You can put it in a sub. You can put it for breakfast. You can do anything with that. I love hot Italian sausage.
Just allow me, Bobby. Could you not put sweet Italian sausage in any of those things that you just said?
I like spicy food. I prefer the spicy food. I like
That's not what I fucking asked. Could you not put sweet sausage? Not allowed in any of the things you just said.
You could, but I just like it better.
Okay, so really your only point is I like hot sausage better.
I like spicy foods better. Yes.
Okay, got it.
I'm not a sweet guy. I'm a hot guy.
But you don't eat Asian food, like Thai food. You will not do.
No, because I don't trust them.
Got it.
Well, because I'm a kind fellow, I would never shove hot Italian sausage up your mother's ass. I stick to the sweet.
Yeah, I keep it sweet too. I'll take it sweet.
Exactly. Speaking of being sweet, have flowers delivered to your wife at work or deliver a bomb threat to your wife's work so she gets the day off of work.
My wife works from home. I'm going to go flowers.
Yeah, I'll go flowers too because she works at a hospital, so I'm not doing that shit.
Also,
well, we both work together, so if I deliver that bomb threat, we both get the day off of work. So I'm going to go there.
Just for checkers, baby. Nice job.
Oh, is that where love connected? Behind the teller's desk at Bobby's Bank?
You both reach for a $100 bill, and that's how it went.
Just banging on piles of cash in the vault.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. We were looking up people's accounts and banging.
Yeah, banks don't keep money in them anymore.
You were looking at people's accounts and got a boner, and she saw what you were packing. She's like, I can deal with that.
She's like, is that native? Indeed, it is.
Hey, is that a dream catcher?
No, I just haven't showered in a while, baby.
Butter or margarine?
Butter. Come on.
Yeah, butter, baby.
Oh, I was hoping Ray would go margarine.
No fucking way. No fucking way.
I was just trying to bait Ray into margarine.
Got to butter Ray up for a margarine answer.
Oh,
nope.
Fine, yes, whatever, butter. All right. Can only travel on horse and carriage or by hot air balloon?
Horse and carriage.
I don't want to do the hot air balloon. I wouldn't trust the balloon.
It's just also impractical.
You're going to trust the horse?
I trust the horse. Hell yeah.
It's a stinky ride, but it's more practical. And it'll get real annoying of the hot air balloon thing. You have to find a place to land. It takes a long time.
Whether you don't,
I just park right in the handicap. Just put that bitch right down.
Hello. We have a hot air balloon guy that lives in my community that pops up every day. The hot air balloon guy goes up.
See,
are you friends with this guy?
It can be done. You don't have a horse and carriage guy, do you?
No, I don't. Although it was just an Amish country. It was just an Amish country.
Point for hot air balloon.
Okay.
Daily sex or no NFL football ever?
Wait. You get daily sex, or you have to choose no NFL Sundays ever,
or no daily sex.
Poorly worded question.
Yeah, it was. Whatever.
Did I write this?
You get the point.
Did I write this question every day, or you can't watch football?
Yes.
I want to watch football.
Yeah, football.
Yeah, we don't need it daily.
No.
Easy.
That was a dumb question.
Yeah.
It felt better when I was typing it. Fine. All the other questions have been great. Stop.
Yeah, that's closer to margarine than it was to horse and carriage. Like, go on.
Like I said, the butter margarine, I was just baiting Ray. It was just a bait.
I like the bait.
Have to bounce on the trampoline for an hour or swim for an hour?
Ooh, trampoline. Because swimming for an hour, I remember my bachelor party. I tried to swim off to a raft, and that was like a 2-minute swim, and nope, I almost drowned. So give me the trampoline.
They say 10 minutes of bouncing on a trampoline is better than like 40 minutes of any type of cardio you can do.
Bouncing on an actual trampoline, like when you actually bounce on that, you get you feel so dehydrated and like your whole body, just because you're so tight as an adult, is sore.
Yeah, I'm going trampoline. It's this is going to sound a little bit pussy, but as I get older, I don't like being wet. I don't want to be fucking wet. Have to dry off. I just don't want to be wet. So don't do it. No mom joke. Call no mom joke.
Damn it.
Too slow, Benjamin.
Damn it.
Be a private investigator or a lawyer?
Private investigator.
Yeah.
Oh, spying on people and being able to be like, you're a piece of shit. No,
but if you're a lawyer, you get to crush people. You get to end their.
Yeah, lawyers too broad. There's a lot of nothing lawyers out there. You want to be a state lawyer?
Go for it. Say it.
I don't have it. What?
Hold on, I'll type it to you.
Are you gonna go with TB? Yeah. He didn't make it. So he failed at that.
God damn it. Damn it.
It's even worse. I think he'd probably make a good PI though.
I think he
little sneaky fuck.
He is. He is hard to spot. He is little.
He is short, that little dweeb.
Yeah.
Better
But it-
song about sex, Bump and Grind or Pony?
I'm gonna go Bump and Grind just because it comes up almost weekly in some type of where I could throw it in as a joke. So I'm just go Bump and Grind.
I'm gonna go with Pony, Genuine Pony. I think that's a
More of
fun
like
song.
That's a stripper song. Give me Bump and Grind.
It's a little bump and grind.
I mean, R. Kelly is just, he's got a library of fantastic sexual songs.
Yeah,
In the library or something else too.
Yeah, he does.
sexual assault charges.
Did you try to Ron Burgundy yourself with this?
Yeah, I
shit,
just
man?
noticed that, and that's it.
You doubled up the horse and get. Are you having strokes when you are working the email this week? God,
Fucking me? I didn't do
No,
that.
Bobby's doubling up on all of his questions. He did it to me on Monday. He tried to do it to
Well,
himself.
sometimes
here.
I do them and then I rearrange them for a different order, and obviously I got to there and forgot that I had done that. So
Okay, I want to talk about. Did you hear about the Jets? We didn't talk about the Jets and the continued demise of the Jets and the continued demise of the 76ers. We've got simplest minds of the week after this, so let's just save it for that, right? Simplest minds of the week. Okay.
Oh, back to school to prove to Dad that I'm not a fool.
But I will say, I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, I do have family members with Down syndrome. It almost got me. I dodged it, but it nicked me. Bit of a day walker myself.
Are you stupid or something? I'm as stupid as stupid does.
All right, so the Jets thing report came out. They fired their GM, who essentially was begging for it just for weeks, just begging to get fired by Woody Johnson, that lunatic. Woody Johnson, the report came out that in week 3, or week 4. Week 4 was the meeting that Woody Johnson held with all of his coaches, or a certain amount of coaches, certainly the head coach, the GM, the important people, plus probably several other on the coaching and management staff. After the Jets lost to the Broncos, and Woody Johnson, the owner of the Jets, was suggesting, more demanding, that they bench Aaron Rodgers because he thought that they were bringing the team down. Does that say more about Woody Johnson as a meddling owner who wants to bench his $100 million investment in Hall of Fame quarterback, or Aaron Rodgers, who's a douchebag?
Aaron Rodgers is a douchebag.
Woody Johnson, it confirms that he is the worst owner in professional sports.
Yeah, I want to say Aaron Rodgers. I very much want to say Aaron Rodgers. We know that he's what's the word? He's dragged that franchise down when he was brought in to save it. They're worse than they were with.
The word you're looking for is cunt.
Thank you. But no, this is Woody Johnson. I mean, what an insight into how bad that guy is at running an organization. Like, we thought Alex Van Pelt was bad, not knowing Marcus Jones plays offense. This is the guy that owns the team. Like, he's that level of incompetency. God help us if the Crafts are actually that, and that we get exposed to that with Gerard Mayo coaching the team and not Belichick or Bill Parcells over a long period of time. But it's Woody Johnson.
Is that why Aaron Rodgers has given up, you think, on the team, on the season so far?
I'm sure it has a lot to do with it, and the fundamentals of your team are rooted in with that guy.
Yeah.
I do like the conspiracy theory, though, that Aaron Rodgers went there to torpedo the Johnson & Johnson company because he's so anti-vax and the whole fucking thing.
That one. That was a good one. Yeah.
I do like that. I can follow that conspiracy. Okay, the other one, Joel Embiid, is just the process is over. Philadelphia hates him. That you're never coming back from that, Joel. He continues to be an asshole. Every week something new comes out. It was leaked that they had a players-only meeting. Tyrone Maxey called out Joel Embiid for being late to everything, just being a prima donna douchebag. That got leaked. Joel Embiid, basically, I think knowing exactly who leaked it, said, whoever leaked that's a piece of shit. There's a lot of talk that it's Nick Nurse, the coach, who I would not put that past him, or any other teammate that hates Joel Embiid. Paul George continues to be a loser and bumped his knee. He's not playing.
He is the absolute picture player of the modern NBA. Someone who was considered a superstar, hasn't played meaningful basketball in 7-8 years. Ever since he was on the Pacers was the last time he was anything of value. And we still talk about this guy like he's fucking worth anything.
Yep. Yeah, so I just like following that. It's now got into like our algorithm, so we keep getting the 76ers updates, and every day it gets a little bit worse with Joel experiment. And we were always down on him. I never liked his attitude, never liked the way he dogged it, unprofessional, out of shape, immature. It's hard to root for guys like that, and it seems like it's coming to fruition there in Philadelphia. So
What's the end game? What's the end game for him though? You think
he's going to get himself traded? He's going to force himself out, and they are going to oblige.
Yep.
They don't own their first-round pick. They're the worst record in the league, and the Oklahoma City Thunder have the 76ers first-round pick. Unprotected, I think. Yep. Maybe top 3 unprotected. So you have to trade. You have to get the best deal possible for Embiid. It'll be interesting if Giannis and Embiid both get on the trademark at the same time, what kind of bidding wars you see out there.
Yeah. Oklahoma City has the best trading assets, though.
Yeah, I mean, would you even want Embiid?
Fuck no.
No, I'd want Giannis. If I'm Oklahoma City, I'd go after Giannis.
Embiid's going to end up in one of those garbage NBA cities, Orlando,
Sacramento.
Detroit, Sacramento.
You see, what's his name put up 60 the other night? De'Aaron Fox.
Yep.
God, it's kind of a shame Sacramento is just such a nothing West Coast city, because
I thought that for sure they'd be going to Vegas by now. Like they're try to
good.
get in there.
They got good players. They just, Anyway, there's a little extra talk there. Here's a clip. This is a throwback video that popped up. I thought it was funny. Go ahead, Raven.
I've been asking a bunch of players whether they call you Meta World Peace or Ron Artest now, and all the rookies say Meta, and all the veterans say Ron. What's up with that? Is this some type of hazing?
Well, I'm most happy that Jesus Christ did not let me lose my teeth when I was 20 years old. Because I was wondering, like, what if you kept your baby teeth until the age of 18 or 20 and then you lose them? That would look pretty bad.
That would look really bad.
So I just think he's really brilliant that you lose your teeth when you're a baby rather than lose it when you're like 30 or 20. That has nothing to do with your question, but that was definitely on my mind.
Great response.
I mean, good call, Jesus.
Great call.
You don't want to keep those baby teeth till you're 20.
Yeah.
That Lakers roster
silly.
was full of absolute fucking madmen.
Yeah. Yeah. We need more guys like that. Like if Joel Embiid could just be like crazy dumb like that and psycho.
Sign me up.
Sign me up. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was dumb in a fun way.
Right. That's what I mean. Yeah. Like
it's kind of like right.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. There's no Kyrie there, right? Like Meta World Peace, you're like, oh, what is he, like self-righteous douchebag? Maybe a little bit, but no, he's just happy Jesus didn't take his baby teeth into his 20s, so he didn't look silly in his 20s losing his baby teeth.
Thank you, Jesus.
That makes sense on some kind of level, Meta.
Yeah.
What do you got here, Gino Ariyama?
You want to go Gino or you want to go Bobby, doppelganger?
You dealer's choice.
Bobby's doppelganger.
Pretending like I'm going to change this call. Hey, I'm going to change this call. I'm not going to change the call.
Max Crosby.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense, number 98.
Hey, we didn't have a play called, Max. We didn't have a play called, Max. We didn't have a play called. LOL.
LOL, Max. LOL. That's Bobby. If Bobby was a head coach of any NFL team, he would be. That's Bobby.
That's what I would do.
JK, I was going to run it, but I play action and threw a touchdown. JK, ha ha ha.
I hate that guy so much. Oh, God. Patriots are going to lose to him, and it's going to be aggravating, but I'm right on him, too. He's a fraud. Like, without Tua back there, they're absolutely nothing. His shtick's going to run out. God, I can't stand that guy. Like, what are you fucking doing? I hope Max Crosby sees him somewhere on the street and just like,
we didn't have a play call. We didn't have a play call.
We didn't have a play, dude. Shut the fuck up, dude.
Who says LOL? Who says that? Last one we have is Gino, and everyone from Connecticut is fucking stupid.
And finally, from one GOAT to another, congratulations on becoming the all-time winningest coach in D1 college basketball, Gino Auriemma.
Just so you know, there's an old wives' tale that whenever you do this with animals, especially goats, if this goat takes a dump on this carpet, we're going to win the national championship.
Did it take a dump?
Nope, did not. So they're not going to win a national championship.
Sorry, Gino. What's your takeaway from that?
There's people from Connecticut. Why would you give a guy a goat for being the winningest basketball coach in college history? It's stupid.
Fair enough. I thought it was the lack of applause.
Well, that too.
No one gives a shit, Gino.
Yeah, well, when they're like, "Oh, here comes a goat," I guess he like got trusted into like the Connecticut Goat Association or something like that. Like, oh.
Was this a veiled shot at Bobby because he lives in Connecticut?
It felt like it. With the two of them together, it felt like it was.
No.
Okay. I mean, a little more deliberate next time. This has been the Simple Mind Sports Show. Appreciate you tuning in. Rate, subscribe, review, tell your friends, tell your mothers. Head to simplemindsports.com. Check out for exclusive coverage. You're going to want to join the newsletter. Link in the bio. We will see you on Monday for our Patriots recap show.
For the Patriots lose.
With another Patriots loss recap show. Let's see if Alex Van Pelt remembers who plays wide receiver. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.